The old bookstore was quiet. Dust motes danced in sunbeams. Liam browsed the poetry section. He loved the smell of old paper. Words were his trusted friends. He felt a familiar peace there. The world outside could wait. For now, he was lost in stories. He looked for a special verse, something to match his quiet mood. Then the bell above the door chimed. A girl stepped inside, shaking off rain. Her name was Ava, though he didn't know it yet. She had bright eyes, like warm honey. A small smile played on her lips. She carried a worn copy of Pride and Prejudice. Liam found himself looking up. His heart gave a little jump. He quickly looked back at his book, but his thoughts were no longer on poetry. Ava moved softly between the tall shelves. She hummed a tune he almost knew. She glanced towards the poetry corner. Their eyes met for just a second. A current, small but real, passed. She felt a blush rise to her cheeks. He seemed kind. A little shy, perhaps. She wondered what book he held. She continued her search for a new story, hoping for something to lift her spirits. As Ava reached for a book high up, another slipped. It tumbled towards the wooden floor. Liam reacted without thinking. He stepped forward and caught it. "Oh, thank you," she whispered, surprised. "You're welcome," he replied, his voice soft. Their fingers brushed as he handed it back. A tiny spark, a silent question. They both smiled, a little nervously, and an old bookstore became a special place. Liam found his courage a moment later. He couldn't let her just walk away. "I'm Liam," he said, his voice a bit shaky. "Ava," she replied, her smile growing. They talked for a few minutes more, about books and rainy afternoons. He learned she loved the sea. She learned he wrote his own poems. He finally asked, "Would you like coffee sometime?" Her yes was like music to him. Their first date was the following Saturday. They met at a small cafe near the park. Autumn leaves danced around their feet. The air was crisp and clean. Liam worried his hands were sweating. Ava hoped she didn't talk too much, but the conversation flowed easily, like a gentle, winding river. They spoke of simple things, dreams and fears. Laughter came often, warm and genuine. He loved the way her eyes lit up, especially when she talked about painting. She found his quiet thoughtfulness charming. He listened, truly listened, to her words. There were no awkward silences, only comfortable pauses, filled with understanding. He bought her a hot chocolate. She insisted on paying for his tea. It felt easy. It felt right, a feeling neither had expected so soon. As the afternoon light began to fade, they walked. Through the park, leaves crunching underfoot. He gently took her hand just for a moment. It felt like the most natural thing. At her doorstep, the goodbye was sweet. "I had a really wonderful time, Liam." "Me too, Ava. Can I see you again?" Her smile was his answer, bright and sure. He walked home feeling 10 feet tall. Something beautiful was just beginning. More dates followed, each one unique. Long walks along the windswept beach, sharing popcorn at the old cinema. Quiet evenings with takeout food and soft music. They discovered shared favorite songs. They debated silly movie plots for hours. Liam learned Ava was fiercely loyal. Ava found Liam's patience endless. They started to finish each other's sentences. Their worlds were slowly, surely merging. One rainy Sunday they tried to bake. Flour ended up everywhere, a happy mess. The cookies were a little burnt, but their laughter filled the small kitchen. It wasn't about perfect cookies. It was about creating memories together, sharing small, imperfect moments. These became the bricks of their foundation. He'd wipe a smudge of flour from her nose. She'd playfully flick water at him from the sink. They began to share deeper parts of themselves. Liam spoke of his dream to publish his poems. Ava confessed her fear of failure in her art. He encouraged her, believed in her talent. She read his poems, her heart swelling. She saw the beauty he held within. They became each other's biggest supporters, a safe harbor in any storm. Trust grew like a strong, steady tree, its roots reaching deeper with each passing day. Their friends started to notice the change. Liam smiled more, his eyes brighter. Ava seemed more confident, more radiant. "You two are good together," a friend said. And they knew it was true. It wasn't just attraction anymore, it was respect and deep affection. A bond that felt both exciting and peaceful. They were building something lasting, something true, piece by precious piece. One evening, they sat by a calm lake. Stars were scattered across the dark sky. The air was cool and they sat close. He turned to her, his heart full. "Ava," He began, his voice soft but clear. "I love you," he whispered, the words simple. Tears welled in her eyes, shining like stars. "Oh, Liam," she breathed, her voice catching. "I love you too." No grand pronouncements, just quiet truth. Life brought small challenges, as it always does. Ava had a disappointing art show. Liam faced rejection for his writing, but they faced these moments together. He held her when she cried. She reminded him of his strength. Their love was not just for sunny days, it was a shelter in the rain too. They learned to lift each other up. Their partnership grew even stronger. They talked about the future, not in grand plans, but in quiet wishes, shared dreams. A small house with a garden, perhaps? More rainy Sundays baking together, growing old side by side? Their commitment was unspoken, yet solid. It was in every shared glance, in every knowing smile, every gentle touch. It was a comfortable, certain thing, a love that felt like coming home. Their story was not a fairy tale, not perfect. It was real, built on small moments, on laughter and understanding and patience. From a chance meeting in a bookstore to a love that felt like destiny. Liam and Ava, two souls intertwined, their journey was a testament to connection, a quiet promise whispered under the stars, a love that would last always, a love for all their remaining days.